Well, welcome the My Food documentary about fish head with chopped chili, and regarding the greatest Chinese famine as the historical background. In 1960s, my grandma was experiencing the Great Chinese Famine, and inadequate food supply economic depression made my grandma fully take advantage of the limited food that she grew in her small yard. At that time, my grandfather was a Chinese soldier in the Vietnam War, and he couldn't stay with the five kids and wife most of the time. My grandpa expressed his nostalgia by asking his friends to bring canned mandarin oranges to my grandmother. However, my grandmother sold all canned mandarin oranges and then bought a fish head to have a feast with her five kids. And my mother and her siblings get too tired of eating sweet potato and steamed bun daily. At that time, radical agricultural policies, economic mismanagement, and natural disasters such as floods in farming regions made it so that people in my hometown didn't get enough food. A subset of people was dying of starvation. At that time, a complete entire fish wasn't possible to get in any market. A fish head is regarded as a feast. In order to draw some history, I searched the archive. A recipe of red cooked fish is included in the archive. The most classical fish cuisine, it always includes this ingredient. My interview with Brian really presents as like what the most traditional northern recipes of the red fish with a chili pepper. Let's see what kind of new perspective Brian would bring to us.
This is Brian. I'm very happy to join your interview. I'm familiar with the do some preparing job. I prepare to put those seasonings in the belly. This is chili pepper, cooking wine, black pepper, pepper oil, salt, garlic, pepper, onion, and the parsley.
What does fish culturally mean in your family?
Um, in my family, when we celebrate New Year, there must be a fish cuisine on the table because fish usually means abundance and fortune. And in the past, only rich people can eat fish every day, so it's a symbol, a blessing. My parents cooking fish to wish the young people getting rich in the future.
In my country, I heard some old people will hang the fish-shaped paper cuts or decorations in their house to drive off diamond and evil things. Because the fish never close their eyes, it means watching.
Do you believe eating fish makes you smart because of its health benefit?
Yes, of course, because fish contains many different nutrients. I do believe eating fish can making people get smarter. When I was a little boy, my parents told me, you need to eat more fish to being smarter.
When I was
A little boy, in my grandpa's house, I see some golden koi fish painting on the wall. And I also repost the painting of golden koi fish to wish I can pass the exam and get lucky.
While I try to observe the way Brian cooked the fish, I found that he often cuts and opens the fish bellies to soak it through with plenty of flavors from his marinade and cooking wine and fish sauce. In most southern provinces in China, people often stuff chili, ginger, and onion into the fish belly, steam the fish later to remove its fish smell. Now let's dive in the cultural meaning of the fish. The Chinese cultural meaning of the fish can be represented by this traditional decoration. The New Year picture is an old folk art in China. People often put this picture up on the walls in hopes this fish represent Chinese people's hopes about bringing good luck for next year. The traditional Chinese fish-themed paper card stands for prosperity in the next year, adding the festival atmosphere. Chinese people used to keep the fish tongue in its cheek instead of throwing it away. But a Chinese fish dish in America begins with an argument with your fishman. You get a nice fish carp and tell him to keep his head, but by habit, he does it the usual way, and when you open the package after you get home, you find you have lost your head. American fishermen never heard of such thing. Fishermen cannot locate the tongue and throw it away together with the gills. My grandma told me that a big head carp is ideal for cooking the fish head with chopped chili because it's a bigger size of fish head compared to other types of carp fish. My grandmother came up with ideas to get more flavor in foods, such as adding chili peppers. And he bought a fish head rather than a whole fish because she really thought a fish head was more affordable and carried with more nutrients. Chinese has a popular saying, the carp has lived through the dragon's gate. Once the carp lives through the dragon's gate, it will become a dragon. Like my grandma's intelligence, as the survivor in Greatest Chinese Famine, he raised up my mother and her siblings overcoming that difficult decades.